Imagine this. You're 32 years old. You did everything right. You went to college. You got a decent job. You have stayed out of debt except for your car. For years, you have been saving money and dreaming about buying your first home. Nothing fancy. Just a normal 3-bedroom house in a safe neighborhood. The kind of house you thought regular people could afford. Then one day, you find it. Perfect location. Nice backyard 3 bedrooms. The price? $500,000? You take a deep breath. You open a mortgage calculator, type in the numbers, and suddenly your stomach drops. The monthly payment comes back. Over $3,400 a month, and that's before electricity, before groceries, before gas, before retirement savings. You stare at the screen for a second. Then one question pops into your head. Who can actually afford this? Because right now, millions of Americans are asking the same thing. And when you see the numbers, you'll understand why. Let's break this down. A $500,000 house, you put down 20%. That's $100,000 cash gone on the one. Most people don't even have that lying around. Now you're borrowing the remaining $400,000 with mortgage rate around 7%. Your monthly payments start at roughly $2,600. Sounds bad already, right? Well, we're not done yet. Not even close. Next come property taxes. Depending on where you live, that's another few $100s every month. Then homeowner's insurance, another bill. Then HOA fees if your neighborhood has one, another bill. And then there's maintenance because houses break. Water heaters die, roof leaks, air conditioners quit when it's 100 degrees outside. Financial experts recommend setting aside about 1% of your home's value every year for repairs. For a $500,000 home, that's another $400 plus. Per month, add everything together and suddenly, that house is costing somewhere between $3,800 to $4,500 every single month. And here's where things get really interesting. Most banks don't want your housing costs to be more than 28% of your income. So if your housing expenses are around $3,800 per month, how much income do you need? Around $160,000 a year. Let that sink in. You need an income that most households don't even come close to earning, because the typical American household earns about half that income. And if you are a first-time buyer in your late 20s or early 30s, the gap is even bigger, which raises another question. If regular people can't afford these houses, who's buying them then? Meet buyer one, the dual income power couple. 2 good careers, 2 paychecks. Maybe a nurse married to an engineer, maybe a software developer married to a project manager. Together, they make enough money to survive the math barely. Buyer number 2, the equity migrant. This person bought a house years ago in an expensive city, maybe California, maybe New York, maybe Seattle. They sell their house, walk away with hundreds of dollars in equity, then move somewhere cheaper. They aren't necessarily richer than you. They just got into the game earlier, and now they are showing up with a massive head start. Buyer number 3, the bank of mom and dad. This one surprises people. More first-time buyers than ever are getting help from family. A gifted down payment can instantly change everything. If your parents can hand you $100,000, the path becomes much easier. If they can't, you have to save every dollar yourself. And that's a completely different game. Buyer number 4 is the high earner, doctors, lawyers, senior tech workers, people making $150,000 to $200,000 a year or more. For them, buying is still possible. Not easy, but possible. And that's pretty much the list. So how did we get here? Well, a little over a decade ago, the average home cost around $180,000. Mortgage rates were low. Life wasn't perfect. But the numbers made sense. Then everything changed. Home prices climbed. The pandemic arrived. People wanted more space. Millions of buyers entered the market. At the same time, builders couldn't keep up. Prices exploded in some places. Homes jumped 30%, 40%, even 50%, then interest rates shot up. And that's when things got really ugly. Because now people who locked in cheap mortgages don't want to sell. Why would they? Trading a 3% mortgage for a 7% mortgage makes no sense. So they stay put, fewer homes hit the market, supply stays low, demand stays high, prices remain expensive, and an entire generation gets stuck, watching from the sidelines. Now, before you click away thinking there's no hope, there are still a few opportunities. Some cities remain affordable, especially in parts of the Midwest and South, if you work remotely. Moving could completely change the math. Some people buy duplexes and rent out one side. Others wait patiently for lower rates. Even a small drop in mortgage rates can make a huge difference. And over time, more housing construction could help is the shortage. None of these are magic solutions, but there are options at the end of the day. Here's the truth. A $500,000 house in 2026 isn't being bought by the average household. It's being bought by dual-income couples, people with family assistance, homeowners cashing out years of equity, or higher income earners for everyone else. The numbers feel impossible. And if you have looked at housing prices recently and wondered why you're struggling to keep up, you are not crazy. You are not lazy. You are not feeling you are reacting to the same math that millions of other people are staring at every day, and right now, the math is brutal. For more financial tips, please do well to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.